Are you wondering what pages from other sites are sending traffic to your site? Are you looking for not just the domains but their full URLs? Then this is the video for you. In this video I'm going to show you how you can find the sites that are sending traffic to your site by domain and by full URL. Let's dive in. Welcome to the channel, my name is Leon. This channel exists to help you make better decisions in your daily work with your analytics data. If you like what I'm doing, please click the like and subscribe buttons down below. Also, if you're interested in more videos about creating beautiful reports in GA4, there's a link in the video description to a full playlist with more videos just like this. Alright, we're inside of GA4. And the easiest way to find the sites that send traffic to your site is by going into reports and by finding the traffic acquisition report. On most sites it's in the folder called lifecycle, and then you click on acquisition, and then there's a part that says traffic acquisition. If you find that report, this is the easiest way to find referring traffic. If you found your report, you can scroll down until you find this table at the bottom of the report, and in this table the first column says session default channel group, and we're going to switch that into session source medium. And I of course have a very small site, so this contains only 6 rows, but if you have many rows you can increase the rows per page to, for example, 100. And then what I recommend you do is in the search box you type in referral. That will list all the referring domains that send traffic to your site. Well, in my case there are only 3 rows. I see the amount of users, I see the amount of time that people spent from that site on my pages, and I see all the conversion data. So this is the easiest way to find referring traffic on your site. But if you want to see not only the domains but you want to see the full URLs, we need to take it a step further. We can do that by going into Explore, and let's open up a blank exploration by clicking under blank right here. And to set up this report, we need to do a couple of things. First, we need to add our metrics, and we do that by clicking this plus sign. And in this window, I'm going to search for active users. I'm going to keep this very simple, but you could add on this by selecting the time spent on the site, their bounce rate or engagement rate, maybe conversion data. You could add all those if you want to find those from your referrals as well. I'm just going to keep it simple, active users, that's all I'm going to work with. And under dimensions, I'm going to click the plus sign again. I'm going to find session, source, medium, and I'm going to find page refer. And then I'm going to click import. So now that we have our metric and 2 dimensions, we can create our first report. Let's see what this page refer field actually contains. So I'm gonna, in the second column here, I'm gonna scroll down till I find the values, and under values I'm gonna pick active users. So now I'm gonna scroll up a little bit until I find the rows section, and here I'm gonna select page refer. Let's look what this field contains. And because I have such a small site, I'm gonna increase the date range a little bit. So the first thing that we notice is there's an empty row up here, and that is because many people enter our site not through referral traffic, but they land on our site directly. I can prove this to you by dragging the session source medium into this as a row. You'll find that the empty row is actually direct traffic. So people that type in the full URL of your site land on your site, there's no refer involved. I'm gonna take a step back. I'm removing the session source to keep it a little more simple. So the empty row is direct traffic. Another thing that pops up immediately is that a lot of these referrals are actually just my own domain. So this field also tracks the people that are already on my site and clicking from one page to another. Well, I'm interested in other sites that send traffic to my site. So I'm going to exclude these from my reports. So let's say I want to filter out all my own domains. What we can do here is scroll down in the second column and under filters say page refer, and we need to define here what we want to keep. So I'm going to say I want to keep everything that does not contain my domain. So my domain is leonkorteweg.nl. I'm going to click apply, and that removes all the rows with Leon Korteweg, my own domain. I'm going to increase the amount of rows here. what you'll notice is that sometimes you have not just one domain name, but you also have different development versions of your site, maybe a testing domain. I have this leonkorteweg.local, which is the domain that I use for developing my own site. I can also remove that by making a second filter. So I'm going to filter again by page referrer, and again I'm just defining what I want to keep. I want to keep all the rows that do not contain my development domain, which is leonkorteweg.local. I'm going to hit apply. So this table is already cleaned up quite nicely, but I still see a lot of domains that I know are not referral traffic. For instance, google.com, which is a search engine. I want to see only refer traffic. So we can do that by dragging a session source medium down in the filter section, and then here we're going to say we want to keep all the rows that contain referral. Yes, and I'm going to click apply, and now we keep all the URLs that GA4 has marked as a referral traffic. So what we see here, we see some social media domains. This is traffic that was probably just some messaging traffic or people that clicked on a link in one of my posts that was not tagged with UTM tags. And I see a blog here that I wrote a guest post on, and at the bottom there's a link to my site. So I know that that article referred 7 users to my site. Well, what you will find is that some sites show the full URL. For instance, this site, it showed the exact URL that people came from, but some sites do not do this. For instance, linkedin.com, facebook.com, also mail.google.com. So there are more domains that only show the domain. Well, why is that? There's a feature in modern browsers that more and more sites use, and that's called rel is no refer. And the documentation is right here. It's quite technical, but what site owners can do, let's say I have a page on my site and it's right here. It's this page, the full URL of the page is this. And let's say I want to add a link here to your site. So I'm going to select this, I'm going to include a link. Well, usually if people would click that link, you would find the full URL on my report. But these days, more and more sites use this attribute in their links, which means if I add a link to your site and I use this attribute in my link, and people click on the site, it will not show the full URL in your reports, but it will show just the domain name. And that's the reason, because more and more sites are using that attribute in their links. That's the reason why for some sites, we only see the domains. Again, for many sites, they don't use it, but just know if you see just the domain names, it's probably not the homepage, but it's just that site that restricts the information going out in your reports. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope this video was clear. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, please click like and subscribe. Again, if you like more of these kinds of videos, I have a full playlist down below showing you how you can create beautiful reports inside of GA4. All right, have a nice day and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.